Hey, you're finally awake. We just crossed the border. I've heard strange things have been happening since I was away. Even so, it's good to be back home. Back in Skyrim.
Our journey to the Graymoor chapter starts in the northwestern part of the map, in the province of Western Skyrim, where upon arrival we see a colorful view, as well as pretty familiar city off in the distance. The first person to greet us here is a man who seems to have a terrible wound.
There's no time. Take this. Keep it safe.
Wait, what are you giving me?
Information. The Ice Reach Coven. At work in the west. Just need more proof. Go! They're coming!
Who's coming? The ones who attacked you?
Don't trust them. Only Lyris. She's...
Wait, hold on.
You there! What did that fugitive tell you?
The stranger dies, leaving no explanation, and we are approached by a guard.
Who are you? Another spy? What did this lying Easterner say to you?
A spy? Corporal, I was just going about my business when I saw that he was injured.
Assisting a fugitive is a crime in Hafengarhold. Unless you want to find out how we deal with traitors and spies, tell me what he said to you.
We can lie and say, he died before he could say anything, Corporal.
Lucky for you. If he had told you any seditious lies and you decided to keep them from us, you'd have been in real trouble.
I hear you.
Don't stick your nose where it doesn't belong. Solitude doesn't take kindly to instigators or strangers. And mark my words, you'd rather not get on the wrong side of the High King's guard.
Alternatively, we can say, he said something about the Ice Reach Coven at work in the west. Do you know what that means?
Ice Reach Coven? Ridiculous. The only threat to the west are those damn spies from Eastern Skyrim conspiring against our king. Forget whatever nonsense this skeever told you and be on your way. You hear more talk like his, report it to the guard.
Understood, Shield Corporal. And no matter what we choose, the Corporal walks away. Making sure that the Corporal is no longer present, we can finally inspect the package that this Bronhold character was hiding from the guards. We find a letter that was addressed to Bronhold. The author remains anonymous, but we get the impression that Bronhold had a contact who's one of the locals. This contact warns Bronhold about the guards who came looking for him, and also describes what looks like a smuggler operation involving some marked crates with weird contents, the sort that normal smugglers wouldn't care about. Bronhold's contact also mentions a surprise and hints the way to find it. The contact also says something about Bronhold's horse, so we can try to find him or her at the local stables. Inspecting the stables, we see a woman who's hiding behind some crates.
Stay back! I'll do it! I'll stab you! I mean it! One step closer, and I'll stick you like a hawker!
I'm not here to hurt you. I need to talk to you about Bronhold.
I don't know any Brondold. That is what I told the guards, and that is what I'm telling you. I don't want any more trouble. You make me stab you, and it's my word against yours.
Look, Brondold's dead, and he left me with a handful of papers and a lot of questions.
Dead? Stone's mercy. And I'm next, aren't I? I promise. I don't know anything. I won't make any trouble. I'll disappear. I don't even like it here. You'll never see me again.
Calm down. I didn't kill Bronhold. Just tell me what this all about.
He did not tell me a lot. Said he was tracking some bad people. Asked me to keep an eye out for any unusual comings and goings. He'd come by now and then with a sweet roll and a few coins for my trouble. He was nice.
And did you say anything, out of ordinary?
The last time we spoke, it was about the men with the job postings. A pair of wolves in sheep's clothing. Trying to blend in, but still off around the edges. Same with their horses. Sheared mountain mares. Come from the Reach, I wager.
Job postings. What about them?
Flyers. They were hanging them at the inn around the city. Something about a lucrative opportunity in the Druidek Mountains. I really did not pay them a lot of attention. I was more interested in the men distributing them.
So, what are you going to do now?
Take Brondle's horse and run before someone less friendly comes to find me. Braun was going to take me back east after he finished here. I want to live where strangers are welcomed with a smile instead of a scowl. I hear Windhelm is like that.
Are the people here that suspicious of strangers?
We're stuck between the despot of Markarth and the Scold King of the East. Both sniff around like wolves, waiting for a moment of weakness to strike. Not a day goes by without a threat of war. It is exhausting living this way.
So, do you think that these men were trying to hide where they came from?
They'd be wise to. The only time Reachmen and Nords meet is to kill each other. I always heard they were raiders and barbarians. No interest in honest labor, or writing for that matter. Not the sort to post job notices.
What do you think they really want?
Who knows? Maybe they really do need laborers. Can't imagine Reachmen would hire Nords, though. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Tell me about the Reach, Corbin.
A wild land full of wild folk, located south and west of here. It's changed hands between Reachmen and the Nords more times than I can count. But they control the territory now. Seeing Reachmen wandering the streets of Solitude, it makes me nervous.
And why did that make you nervous?
You'd feel the same if you knew the tales of the fall of Markarth. What the Reachmen do to folks they capture. Better to slice your own throat than let those barbarians take you alive. If they raid our hold, just run and don't look back.
Corbin is terrified, but we have to investigate one more location. And just as Haldeta pointed us, we find Braun's hidden stash on the opposite riverbank. We find Brondle's letter to Lyris Titanborn, and he warns her about the Ice Reach Coven and its activity in Skyrim and Solitude. He asks Lyris to bring the evidence he found to the Queen Gerhard, as he doubts that the High King is going to be willing to listen to Lyris without the Queen's influence. Braun says that the locals are extremely suspicious of strangers, and the only ones willing to talk is his contact Corbin and an orc named Mog. He also has a copy of the job posting, as well as some information about the Redguard smugglers and their marked crates. He says that he's going to meet Lyris, but since he's dead, now this is our quest. But before heading to meet Lyris, let's check out these marked crates, as Braun mentioned them quite a lot, and they seem to be important in this investigation. We find a crate with a red mark in the Solitude docks, and strangely enough, it's not guarded. Inspecting it closer, we find ash-covered fragments, and it all looks like a pile of broken urns. Why would anyone smuggle cremated human remains? Now that we have gathered all the information that Braun had, we can finally present ourselves to Lyris. To find her, we head to the Blue Palace in Solitude. As we enter and take a closer look at the castle courtyard, we finally see Lyris Titanborn.
Vestige? You're a sight for sore eyes. Feels like it's been ages since, well, I'd invite you for a drink, but I'm about to present myself to royalty just as soon as my contact arrives.
I'm sorry, Lyris. Your contact Brondalt isn't coming. He's dead.
He's what? Damn it. Queen Gerhild will be here at any moment. Look, Her Highness is expecting to talk to me and my contact. I need you to pretend to be that contact, or this will go very badly.
Wait, I don't even know what this is all about.
We can exchange intimate details of our lives later. Right now, just know that the safety of all of Skyrim, maybe even all of Tamriel, depends on how this meeting goes. So follow my lead and be on your best behavior with Her Highness.
Follow your lead was what?
Lyris Titanborn, Your reputation is known even here in the West. Is this one of your famed
No,
companions?
but I assure you my partner is one of the Skald King's best. Go introduce yourself, partner.
I am Gerhild, Queen of Skyrim. Allow me to welcome you on behalf of our kingdom, our city, and our hold. Who might you be?
Onger Grodret, Your Majesty.
The letter that preceded your arrival said an attempt was made on the Skald King's life. It indicated that High King Svargrim would be next. My husband took that as an accusation and a threat. He will not meet with you, but I will hear you out.
I have witnessed some concerning scenes since I arrived here, Your Majesty.
Have you anything that would persuade my husband? It will take some substantial evidence to convince High King Svargrim to heed the words of the hated Yoren, the Skald King.
There is evidence of Richmond activity around Solitude.
Richmond transgressions will not be enough for Svargrim to accept outside help. He's a prideful man, and the bad blood between him and Yoren runs deep. I will speak on your behalf, but you and Lyris will need to bring me proof he cannot ignore.
We will find that proof, Your Majesty.
Thank you for alerting me to this situation. I am eager to see what else you uncover. I will do what I can, but be as discreet as possible. If you run afoul of my husband, he won't hesitate to return you to Yoren, and not necessarily in one piece.
Why is there bad blood between High King Svargrim and Yoren the Skald King?
Eastern and Western Skyrim have been at odds since the kingdom was divided. Yoren's ambitions for the Ruby Throne, however, have created a new level of tension. Forming alliances and raising armies for conquest. Should we not be wary of such a man?
So Svargrim thinks Yoren wants to take over his kingdom?
Frankly, yes. He believes Yoren hasn't marched here with an army as yet, because the Western holds are firmly united against Pact rule. My husband is certain Yoren plots to erode those allegiances. He will not easily earn the High King's trust.
What sort of proof will persuade High King Svargrim to listen?
You must convince my husband that a threat greater than Yoren exists. Further, this threat must directly imperil the High King. Find proof of this, and I will assist you how I can. Helping to keep our hold safe will also allay his concerns.
What we've found so far is not enough?
It's enough for me to believe your intentions are sincere. Learn more about these suspicious activities you mentioned, then bring it to me. If this threat is as dangerous as Yoren claims, prove it, and I will make my husband listen to reason.
A soldier accused me of being a spy. Are your people always so suspicious?
My deepest apologies. Between the Reach to our south and the Ebonheart Pack to the east, our soldiers have come to see all outsiders as a potential threat. I will look into this. Vigilance cannot be allowed to become a bludgeon.
Wise words. Now we report back to Lyris.
You handled that better than I expected. Now what in Mara's name happened to Brundled?
He was fleeing pursuit and gave me a bundle of papers before he died.
Damn. Lucky thing he found you. Brundled was supposed to get the lay of the land before I got here. Without his information, my work for Yoren the Skald King could be over before it begins. What did he give you? Hand it over.
Here's everything I found, Lyris.
Smugglers and Reachmen up to illicit business. Nothing unusual there, but Brundled thought it could be connected to the Coven. I'm short a good investigator, and you stepped into the role easily enough. Can I count on you to help me with this?
What do you need me to do?
Brundled mentioned some locals we should have a talk with. A snitch named Grega who likes to gamble in back alleys, and an orc named Mog who frequents the Lonely Troll Inn. Let's find them and see what they can tell us.
Can you explain what this is all about?
Succinctly? No, but I'll try. The Ice Reach Coven recently attacked the Skald King. We learned they're planning something in Western Skyrim as well, so Yoren sent me to warn them. Beyond that, we have the leads Brundled found, and that's about it.
Tell me about the Asrich Coven.
Reach witches from an island to the north in the Sea of Ghosts. Nords drove their kind out of Skyrim a long time ago, and we thought they were gone forever. Seems we were wrong.
Why did Yoren send you to help Svargrim? They obviously have a bad history.
While it's true that Svargrim and Yoren don't get along, the Skald King doesn't want something terrible to befall Western Skyrim. That would be bad for the East as well as the West. Besides, Yoren was hoping for an opportunity to improve relations.
How do we know the smugglers and Richmond are even connected?
We don't, but it's all we've got. Even if they aren't connected to the Ice Reach Coven, taking care of a few of Svargrim's problems might earn us some goodwill. Now, let's go check out the back alleys and the Lonely Troll Inn.
With my character overly excited and Lyris on our side, we had to investigate the leads we have. Lyris often says something interesting about the city.
Sure.
Bard's College.
It gets worse
Hard
each
to
day.
imagine the Scald
My
King
mother's
spent his
cousin
youth
says
studying verse in
her
this
neighbor's
stodgy old
disappeared.
kingdom.
But sadly, her and other NPC's dialogues go off at the same time, and what could have been an interesting lore turns into cacophony. And just as expected, we find Grega gambling in one of the back alleys.
Hey, don't step on the dice. There a reason you're interrupting our game, Horkface?
Brondol said you might know something about the smuggled goods from Sentinel.
Don't know any Brondold. Don't know you. Either way, I got nothing to tell you. Get lost. I'm on a winning streak.
Brondol's dead because of what's in those crates. They will come for you too.
Dead? That's a new one. Nothing Kassala usually moves through port is worth killing over. You didn't hear it from me, but she's the one picking up those shipments. Her warehouse is down on the docks. You want to know more? Go ask her.
I'll talk to this Kassala. Thanks. Let's see what Lyris has to say.
Let's stop by the Lonely Troll before we head to Kassala's warehouse. If we can find him, this Mog mentioned in Brondold's journal might know something about Kassala's operation.
Doing just as Lyris suggested, we're going to the Lonely Troll Inn.
You must be Mog. I have questions.
Questions? Happy to oblige. Buy a few rounds and let's chat.
You're going to answer me, Orc, or...
Hey! Nobody intimidates my friends.
Princess Svana.
Well, that wasn't very polite, Lyris.
Who gave you the right to walk in here and bully my friend? Did my father send you?
Why would your father send someone to bully Mog?
Because he doesn't like Mog. But I like Mog. Mog doesn't care that I'm a princess, and it doesn't matter to me that Mog's a scoundrel. If my father didn't send you, why are you threatening my friend?
We wanted to ask if he saw the people putting up the job postings.
Smelly bastards. Cheap, too. Wouldn't buy us a drink. They hung their flyers and left without saying a word. Then a different smelly bastard showed up to sign on workers. He was a charmer, though.
Do you remember anything else about this charmer?
His breeches fit well. And he was handsome. Not a Nord. Breton, maybe. I didn't really listen to what he was saying. A half-dozen workers left with him. Off to the Drudok Mountains or someplace. He hasn't been back since.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Let's talk outside, partner.
And although there is left, I think we should talk to this monk.
Oh, well done. You handled the princess with skill and aplomb. Saves me the trouble of having to talk her down. I'd say I'm in your debt, but it was your sea giant that provoked her in the first place.
Do you remember anything else about this job postings, Mark?
That's what this was all about? You and this sea giant looking for work? You're too late, I'm afraid. The posting agent has come and gone, and with a handful of laborers in tow. The flyers are still around, so perhaps they'll return.
Any idea where they went?
I heard mention of the Drudok Mountains, but I doubt that was anything more than a false trail. Most of these mining concerns like to keep the true location of their hoard a trade secret. Well, is that it? You a competitor out to steal their mine?
Why do you think this has anything to do with mining?
Overheard snippets of conversation and a feeling in my gut. While the hiring agent might have been a Breton, his associates were clearly from the Reach, by the way. I also heard talk of a lodge outside the city. Perhaps a stop along the way.
Thanks for the information. Here we also see a wounded woman, and I saw that she was one of the rich men.
A lifetime of fighting is finally catching up with me.
As she wears similar styled armor, but after talking to her, we understand that she's an orc. So heading back to Lyris.
So we've got a mysterious Breton possibly working with Reachmen, recruiting workers for some unknown purpose. Plus there's a smuggler hiding unknown contraband in a warehouse down by the docks. I say we deal with the smuggler first.
And why the smuggler?
We know where to find her, and we more or less know what she's up to. And if the two are connected, maybe the smuggler can help us narrow our search for the Breton. Ready to visit Casella's warehouse?
Yes, Lyris, I'm ready to go to the smuggler's warehouse.
That's Casella's warehouse.
Kyne's Aegis
Only one
needs your
sentry.
help.
Let's try not to cause a scene.
Vampires are everywhere.
And again, that's pretty annoying, all the NPCs speaking at the same time. But we're here to investigate that warehouse.
Private property. Get lost. Wait. A half-giant? Is that Lyris Titanborn?
Wait, you know Lyris?
Blood and Blade. Everyone knows Lyris Titanborn. What a woman. She's even larger than I imagined. No wonder she fought Swordmaster Sai Sahan to a draw. Wait, is he here too?
No, just us. And we need to see Casalla.
Until Casalla returns, I'd be happy to keep fair Lyris company in her stead.
And perhaps we could even wait inside.
Alas, Casalla doesn't allow visitors when she isn't here to conduct business. But we can wait out here. Do you think Lyris would autograph my ancestral scabbard? It would mean so much to my son. When I have one. Do you know if Lyris is betrothed?
I'm not sure, but if you get your scabbard, she'd be happy to autograph it.
Oh, thank you, thank you! You don't know how much this means to me.
And the guard runs away.
I don't know what you said to him, but this is our chance. Try the lock.
The lock is marked trivial, so it's pretty easy to get through. And inside we see a normal warehouse, nothing particular.
See what's in those marked crates. I'll watch the door.
But then again, they're marked crates. In the first crate we find some ancient urns. In the next one we find ash and bones. And in the final crate we find rich ritual fetishes.
I knew whoever was poking through our shipments would return. Brought muscle this time, I see.
More than you. Care to try me?
I'll pass. I just want to know who's been meddling in my business.
Smart move, Casalla, smart move.
I had a feeling it wasn't just an opportunistic thief trying to steal my cargo. What are you after?
Proof of a plot against the High King. Care to explain what's in these crates?
A plot against the High King? Involving plundered antiquities from Hammerfell? Preposterous. I'm simply facilitating a transaction between treasure hunters and a rich collector. So, who am I paying the bribe to? You or the High King?
Oh yeah? And what about these rich fetishes?
Give me that! Tribal craft's my arse. I told that son of a skeever I don't deal in arcane goods. Especially ones from the Reach. Nothing but sorrow comes from such business. This isn't cursed, is it?
So, who hired you to smuggle this?
No name. Just instructions and gold. Shipments come in, I make sure no one looks too closely and wait for a pickup. Never see the same face twice. Last time it was a smooth-talking Breton with Nord laborers in tow. You want more? I need assurances.
Well, I'm sure we can work something out.
They're taking the cargo to an abandoned lodge in the foothills north of Solitude. Occasionally used it myself when the city guard was being thorough. Want to catch them? Start there. If that's all, we're leaving. I'm not losing my head over this.
Wait, can you tell me something else about the Breton and the laborers?
The Breton was sly. Handsome even. Thought he could charm me into taking on additional shipments. Now that I know what's involved, the trouble isn't worth it. The Nords were local, hired hands from the Lonely Troll.
Do you never check your cargo, Casalla?
I'm paid not to ask too many questions. This arrangement was a lucrative one. I trusted them, but it seems they took advantage of my natural greed. That won't happen again.
Natural greed.
Brondeld had good instincts. We're definitely onto something. Our mystery buyer is hiring locals to haul these urns and reach fetishes out of the city. But for what purpose?
Some sort of ritual, maybe?
Without a doubt. The Coven's attack on Yoren involved a ritual. Why hire locals, though? Seems like an unnecessary risk. And how does the Breton figure in? I suppose using different people draws less attention. Something doesn't feel right.
Should we check out that abandoned lodge?
No reason not to. Head there while I circle around from the other direction in case they're already on the move. Just be careful. I'd rather not lose another partner before we actually figure out what we're up against.
I'll see you at the lodge.
Give your sentry my best, and tell him I owe him an autograph.
Oh, he's gonna get more than an autograph if I see him again.
And with that, we're heading out. And as we come closer towards the lodge, we're attacked by a vampire.
I have more than I need, so I'll just feast on you.
Slaying him down, we see that he was a Breton, and his name was Pantark Zeros. What an unusual title. The lodge is empty, and we don't find anything interesting to loot. However, the bed is covered in blood, and we find a letter. A letter to Pantark. Pantark Zeros, preparations are complete, my Breton brother. We're ready to begin the ritual. Send the latest shipment to Kilchrist Temple. Sister Umbrid will put everything to good use. You have done well. Await my next command. With the Pantark dead, and with the letter in hand, we return back to Lyris.
Over here, partner. All I found were these Reachmen stalking the pass. Decided they'd rather die than talk, so I obliged. They don't look like they're from Icereach, but they are wearing the Coven's medallions. Anyway, did you find the lodge?
The lodge was empty, but I found a letter for the Breton. Orders to send the shipment to Kilchrist Temple.
Kilchrist? The temple to Meridia? Why would the Icereach Coven target a local Daedra cult?
The letter said they were ready to start the ritual as soon as they received the shipment.
Damn, we're running out of time. I'll head back to Solitude and try again to warn High King Svargrim. You go to Kilchrist Temple and alert Meridia's priests. I'll meet you there as soon as I can.
Warn the priests? Shouldn't I attempt to stop the ritual altogether?
You'll be going up against the Coven by yourself. Warn the priests. If there's an opportunity to safely stop or delay the ritual, by all means, but don't take any unnecessary chances. I still don't want to lose another partner. Good luck.
Alright, Lyris. I'll see you at Kilchrist Temple after you warn the High King. It's funny to see how Lyris worries so much for our character, as I was through many great things during the main quest of the game. Well, anyways, on our way to the temple, we're stopped by a friendly vampire.
Stop! A disaster has befallen Kilchrist Temple.
But sadly, we're all out of time. Quests in Graymoor are quite long, so I decided to split this one in 2 parts. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video, where we'll find out what happened to the priests of Kilchrist Temple.